Hello guys, ladies and gentlemen.
You're watching Nameables.
Itching to buy a plane ticket? The more you know about traveling, the better. In the olden days, traveling the world was often just a side gig for ancient travelers, and the title of traveler often came after the job descriptions of merchant, soldier, or messenger in their resumes. However, 14th century young Moroccan lawyer Abu Abdullah Muhammad Ibn Battuta was one of the first who did not travel for business or warfare. While traveling has always been considered interesting, only few have the chance and the willpower to do so. Especially in the past, where modern modes of transportation did not exist, only a few managed to travel the world, and even fewer lived to tell the tale. Ibn Battuta originally set out to complete an Islamic pilgrimage to the city of Mecca, but ended up falling in love with travel. In fact, throughout his travels, he managed to complete the Islamic pilgrimage, or Hajj, 7 times over. He ended up traveling 3 times further than Marco Polo and traveled across a grand total of 40 countries, including those in North Africa, Southern Europe, ancient Persia, Eurasia, and the Central Asia region. His idea was to travel the Dar al-Islam, or the Islamic territory of the time, which reached all the way from West Africa across South Europe to the Middle East, Persia, Central Asia, India, and the East Indies. That's right. Although he set out on his journey alone, traveling had brought him wealth and a respectable reputation, which meant that by the time he arrived in India, now with his servants and immediate family, many had already heard of him and his expeditions. But sadly, Ibn Battuta's travels were not a breeze. In his book, The Rihla, which is Arabic for journey, he describes getting sick numerous times and just barely escaping the Black Plague. After which he headed back home for the first time in 24 years after his departure, only to find that his entire family in Morocco passed away. But Ibn Battuta did not stop there. He decided to carry on with what he did best and continued his travels for another 6 years. Nevertheless, Ibn Battuta's 3-decade travel has taught us much. He added greatly to the age of exploration, had a huge impact on cartography, and his travels paved the way for many a traveler. So next time you guys are stranded at the airport with no Wi-Fi connection, why not remember all the hardship that these ancient travelers went through?